world history, this is an important day. Why it is an important day? Because this increased the fear of Cold War. Okay, the Cold War reached the second stage. Why? Because Russia was already part of USSR. It was the period of communism, but now it was joined by whom? Chinese, and the USA, the people from America, eventually got very scared as a result of this. Now let us see the last part for today, the world after the Second World War. As we already discussed, the World War was fought between the Allied and the Axis power. US and Soviet relation, they deteriorated during the time of the end of the Cold War. There were some specific reasons why the friends in war could not remain friends in peace. है ना, war में दोस्ती कर ली किसी तरीके से, because they were fighting against the Nazis and the fascists. But the moment war ended, the friendship also ended, because it was not a natural alliance. So post-war superpowers, USA and USSR emerged as dominant global power. Cold War era started from this, and a bipolar world emerged. Okay, and during this time, countries like India, we started which movement? NAM, non-aligned movement, which was very much required. We see establishment of UNO. Post-war reconstruction also started in Europe, because many of the cities, they were completely broken down. We also see the emergence of the European Union with the period of time, and by the end of the Cold War, will see the decline of Soviet Union. So if we see post-war condition in Europe, क्या challenges है? Number one, large population died, genocide by the Nazis, displacement of millions, destruction of factory farmlands, resource shortages, unemployment, decline of former power like Britain and France, shift in economic policies. There was challenge to laissez-faire or free market economy. Welfare state model was now to be accepted by the majority of economies. Rise of so many socialist movement, and we see the rise of them in Greece as well as Turkey, where the communist movements were active. USSR influence was growing. Whichever area was freed or liberated by the USSR, they were installing which kind of government? Communist government. And this was not liked by USA. Yet they are increasing their influence in Eastern Europe. And as a result of this, this led to the beginning of the Cold War. Communism started spreading by 1948. Romania, Bulgaria, Hungary, they all became communist. And by 1949, Yugoslavia also became a communist state under General Tito. And this spread of communism in the Eastern Europe, the US and Britain grew concerned about Soviet influence in the Western Europe. And this is what is going to be responsible for the rise of bipolar world. Okay, so let us see the reasons. Why did the Cold War start क्यों हुआ? Ideological differences were there, but what was the spark? The spark, number one spark, it was about there was no consensus in these various conferences. Like US informed USSR of atomic bomb only after the meeting. पहले बता सकते थे. US dropped atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki without informing USSR. पहले bomb डाल दिया. In fact, that's why USSR thought that this is a demonstration by USA that if USSR is not going to check its spread, the next bomb can come on USSR itself. That's why this nuclear bomb created a big tension between these two powers. That's why by 1949, USSR also developed atomic bomb. Disagreement over the creation of World Bank, IMF creation, then Iron Curtain speech. This came from Churchill. Churchill says that an Iron Curtain has descended between the West and the Eastern Europe, and this is going to create a big problem for us. This was criticized by many people, but still it eventually created the right kind of flavor, which led to the rise of Cold War between the West and the East. So many events are going to happen. Cold War begins with Churchill's speech, and the major reasons for the Cold War, they are same. Disagreement over post-war world order, होगा क्या? US atomic bombing, monopoly, Soviet expansion in Eastern Europe, and finally ideological differences, which were the long run, which had started from 1917 itself, because now communism has become a practical policy. Previously it was just a theory of Karl Marx, but now it has become a practical philosophy. Outcome, the rise of bipolar world with US and USSR on dominant power, and Cold War tension and proxy conflicts, they continued throughout the globe. Why is it called a Cold War? Why? Because we had already seen World War, the active era of destruction of the world. Cold War, it's an era, okay, which eventually talks about that active hostilities are not between USA and USSR. The active hostilities are between their proxy ones. That's why it's a Cold War. Cold War means general non-cooperation between USA and USSR on multiple arenas. किसी चीज में cooperate नहीं करेंगे. And that's why we'll see large number of problems. Like with respect to Germany also. Okay, Jalta and Potsdam Conference, Germany and Berlin, they were divided into 4 zones. USA, UK and France, they merged their area and they said कि ठीक है अब Germany को एक होने देते, but this was not liked by USSR. That's why there was a big issue over Germany. Then the Western zones, by early 1948, US, UK and France, they were merged. Marshall Plan was brought in by USA. What was the role of Marshall Plan? European recovery. भाई economic recovery हो जाएगी तो eventually it will be good for everybody. But eventually, as all of us understand, this was not liked by USSR. So USSR ने allow नहीं किया, जो भी state उसके control में थी. That's why it increased a bit of problem between these two countries. Then one of the major episode of the Cold War, it is the Berlin blockade. So by June 1948, USSR stopped all road and rail traffic between the Western Berlin and West Germany. If you just consider this as Germany, Germany was divided into how many parts? 4 parts. And then in the eastern part of Germany, we had Berlin. Berlin was also divided into 4 parts. So if anybody wants to come into Berlin, their part of Berlin, they required access from road and rail. So all this was taken down by USSR. And this created a big problem. And this is something which is known as the blockade, the Berlin blockade, because the way to the Berlin, it was stopped. However, the Western power did not stop. They started connecting Berlin with maximum number of aircrafts. So air के through उन्होंने किया, and this continued for 11 months, and then finally USSR opened the gates. तो भाई ठीक है, चलो ठीक है, तुम माने तो हो नहीं, that's why चलिए ऐसे ही कर लेते हैं. So that's why it ended by May 1949, and during this time NATO was created. NATO was created in April 1949, and why? Because they realized कि अगर कोई war start हो गया with USSR now, they are not prepared, so they need an organization, and that was formed by April 1949. 2 German states were created because there was no consensus. August 1949, the Western power, they formed Federal Republic. तो USSR ने बोला चलो ठीक है, तुमने फेडरल ले लिया तो हम डेमोक्रेटिक ले लेते हैं, जर्मन डेमोक्रेटिक. This is how Germany was now divided into 2 parts, and this is going to continue till 1990. In 1990, we see merger of East and West Germany. So whenever somebody asks you Cold War, the word Cold War was initially given by George Orwell. He's a very famous writer. The books like Animal Farm, 1984, all of them, they have been written by George Orwell. And this word was borrowed by Bernard Baruch, and in his speech in 1947, he used the word Cold War. Okay, and Cold War was a war of ideologies, and you can read this. The US wanted to promote open market for its goods and wanted to stop the spread of communism. On the other hand, USSR wanted to spread communism and desired to have friendly governments on its border who shared the same value system. And how eventually the powers are going to fight during this Cold War? By giving economic aid to their friends, by having military pacts, propaganda, espionage, CIA versus KGB, brinkmanship, and proxy or surrogate wars. So these were the 6 methods which were to be utilized during the fighting of Cold War. So Cold War का जो सबसे बड़ा contest है, it starts from the civil war in Greece. Greece, a war was being fought. Civil war was being fought. Britain was supporting. Okay, Greece for years decided to withdraw due to its economic problem, and communists, okay, they were trying to topple both in Greece as well as Turkey. And when this toppling of the government was going to happen, USA came into the picture, and USA, their president, they came out with a doctrine which is known as Truman Doctrine. They said that we are going to support all those countries which are being affected by armed minorities, और जो कि democratic government को destabilize कर रही हैं. That's why he gives a support to Greece as well as Turkey. Once the support was given, eventually the communists were defeated, and thereafter this Truman Doctrine became very famous. Okay, to contain the spread of communism, impact, laid the framework for the foreign policy throughout the Cold War. So the formal use of the Cold War, okay, ये start यहीं से होता है, with the aid being given to Greece as well as Turkey. दोनों को इन्होंने पैसा दिया. Then, if Marshall Plan, okay, Marshall Plan was required for the economic recovery, द ट्रूमैन डॉक्ट्रिन, इट वाज मोर ऑफ ए पॉलिटिकल डॉक्ट्रिन कि भाई हम सपोर्ट प्रोवाइड करेंगे. दिस वाज रिक्वायर्ड बिकॉज यूएसए रियलाइज्ड दैट इफ यू वांट टू डिफीट कम्युनिस्ट, आपको सिर्फ एक ही चीज चाहिए, प्रॉस्पेरिटी. When people have money, when economies are vibrant, nobody is going to ask for a communist government. So they came out with this idea of Marshall Plan. This Marshall Plan was having the quantum of roughly $13 billion, and that was to be distributed for many years. How many years? 4 years. 4 साल के लिए प्लान बनाया गया था, and anybody could accept it. In fact, the Western countries, okay, 16 European states and 3 Western zones of Germany formed the organization of European Economic Cooperation, जो कि धीरे धीरे करके क्या बनी, OECD बाद में बन जाती है. Boosted economic recovery in Western Europe and strengthened US influence. So पहले आया ट्रूमैन डॉक्ट्रिन, फिर बाद में क्या आया, मार्शल प्लान. So in fact Marshall Plan was an economic extension of Truman Doctrine. This was not liked by Soviet Union. उन्होंने कहा तुम हम पैसे के थ्रू हमारी सारा खत्म कर दोगे कहानी. They came out with their plan which is known as Molotov Plan, कि हम छोटा मोटा पैसा तो हम भी दे सकते हैं, तुम 13 बिलियन नहीं दे पाएंगे, but we'll give something. Cominform was created, okay, Comecon, and Soviet was, the Marshall Plan was seen as a dollar imperialism and an impact to spread American influence. So this is how the initial shots were fired during the phase of Cold War. Military pacts, NATO, as I've already told you, during the Berlin blockade, the NATO was, this alliance was created, which was bound to be very useful for the USA if required. The Eastern, they were not going to be, they're going to create Warsaw Pact, उन्होंने कहा हम ये बना लेते हैं. Then other organizations were also created, CETO, CENTO. तो यूएसए का जहां मौका मिला वहां जाकर उन्होंने एक अलायंस क्रिएट कर दिया. Like in Southeast Asia it was CETO, in central part, in the Middle East it was CENTO. So military alliances were created. Propaganda it went through each and every medium. So कोई भी हो, even in Olympics there used to be stern fight between the USA versus USSR. The space race, arms race, all kinds of things used to happen, and this is nothing but, this created the propaganda. In fact, the popularity of MTV from USA started becoming very famous, and this was one of the method of spreading the USA's culture, and that's why propaganda was used by the both side. Espionage also became very prominent. We see the establishment of CIA, है ना, जितने भी अमेरिका की मूवी देते हैं एक बार तो CIA दिखाई देते हैं, है ना, we are from CIA, and from the Russian side it is KGB. Okay, so these two were created for the purpose of what? For espionage. Okay, there are so many movies which have been created on this espionage. चाइना ही कौन सी है? चाइना का नाम ही नहीं पता किसी को आज तक. That's real ना, जो खुफिया एजेंसी, यहाँ बता के बता रहा कि हम एजेंसी है ना. इंडिया के सबको पता है, इंडिया इज रॉ रिसर्च एंड एनालिसिस विंग. Brinkmanship. Now this is also one theory which became famous. It means that brings so much of stress on somebody that they give up. Okay, and that's why if you're scared to go to the brink, okay, you are lost. So an example of this was 1962, where eventually it led to the overall the Cuba crisis. So brinkmanship, they were trying to break. Surrogate wars. There were so many wars in which USA and USSR were there, but not in their own territories. There was no direct warfare. It was in these territories. The two territories are there. One is the early war, Korean. The second is a very long one, that is the Vietnam War. So these two wars are the one which are part of this. And during this time, people like us, India, we were saying कि नहीं ये सब गलत है. So we are going to have NAM, non-aligned movement. So we met some national leaders. Jawaharlal Nehru was very active in this. In 1955, we had this Bandung Conference, okay, in Indonesia, and then eventually in 1961 we had Belgrade Conference in Serbia, which was previously part of Yugoslavia. So 5 leaders: Nehru from India, Sukarno from Indonesia, Nasser from Egypt, Nkrumah from Ghana, and General Tito from Yugoslavia. All of them, they came together and they said, we are not going to join either USA or USSR. Our first duty is to create a developed country of our own. हमारी ड्यूटी ये नहीं है कि यूएसए जीते या फिर यूएसएसआर. हम चीयर लीडर नहीं बनने हैं यहाँ पे, है ना. वी हैव गॉट इंडिपेंडेंस फॉर सम स्पेसिफिक पर्पस. So objectives of this NAM and imperialism: promote peace, security and disarmament, and racism and racial discrimination, avoid military pacts with major power. There are 10 Bandung principles, which are, some of them are taken from the UN Charter itself, like respect for fundamental human right and UN Charter principle, respect for sovereignty. हमारा जो पंचशील 4-5 तो उसी से डाल दें उन्होंने कहा कि हर जगह ये भी ले लो एक बार, है ना. Racial and national equality, non intervention in internal affairs, right of self defense, non use of military pacts for major power interest, refrain from aggression and force, non-use of pressure by one country on another, peaceful settlement of dispute, promotion of mutual interest and cooperation. So these are the 10 Bandung principles which eventually became responsible for the rise of NEM. कोल्ड वॉर में सबसे बड़ा रोल क्या प्ले किया? They brought down the tensions. They brought down the tensions. Suppose if all these countries, like today around 120 countries are part of non-aligned movement, had these 120 countries also supported USA versus USSR, the Cold War could have easily prolonged for many more years. That's why it did a very great work during those times, but today we do not know exactly क्या utility है. UNO was also given the responsibility कि भाई आप global disputes को solve करोगे. Okay, so let us see to what extent it was able to do so. It was formed in October 1945. If we see its structure, the most important institutions include General Assembly and Security Council. General Assembly, it's like Parliament. Security Council, it is like the Cabinet. So in this, we have 10 permanent members, and then we have 5 permanent members and 10 non-permanent members. The permanent members, they have veto. They exercise it from time to time, and eventually, this is the biggest problem even till today. That whenever a P5 member is having any interest in any of the warfare, it is eventually vetoed and no action could be taken by UN, Economic and Social Council, and then there was Trusteeship Council. This Trusteeship Council is now suspended in 1994. Its main work was जो भी country independent हो रही है, they have to channelize democracy in that country. तो वो trust दिया जाता है, trusteeship, on the principle of Gandhi ji, the principle of trusteeship. That you are the trustee of the repository of the trust of society. इसलिए अच्छा काम करो, अच्छे इंसान बनो. That is the kind of trust which was shown in this. International Court of Justice borrowed from the previous organization, League of Nations and UN Secretariat. Specialized agency बहुत सारी हैं, ILO हो गया, FNDO, IMF, then UNESCO हो गया, WHO as well as World Bank. Role, as all of us know, सबसे बड़ा रोल एक ही था कि भाई avoid war in the long run, okay? But it was not able to do so. In fact, one of the worst decision which was taken by UN, it was to divide the land between the Palestine and the Israel. See this report, when this demand was coming from the Israel side that we should have our own state, UN Special Committee on Palestine, UNSCOP was created. नाम दो क्या है? Palestine. Okay, so it was going to be given the status of a state rather than Israel. At that point of time, report was given. Arabs were having in possession how much percentage of land? 85%, and only 5.8% went to Jews. And it took a very you can say controversial decision. For under the proposal, 45% land were now given to Arabs and 55 to Jews. So I don't know, probably under the pressure of USA, where they were not having many allies in the Middle East, they wanted an ally, and on May 1948 a new state Israel was formed, which led to the beginning of wars. And even till today, as all of us know, the war is continuing. 85% था Palestine के पास, and today they are completely destroying each and every part. So this is how history is. UN voted to partition Palestine into Jewish and Arab state. Immediate conflict started, and Israel declared independence, and then eventually it led to the beginning of the war. The war ended with UN General Assembly affirming Palestinian refugee right to return and receive compensation. 1949 इसको UN का पार्ट भी बना दिया. धीरे धीरे करके wars continue रहे. 6-day war came around 1966, and these wars have never went down till then, and it has continued. One after the other, the war has continued. IR में आप ये टॉपिक बहुत अच्छे से पढ़ोगे, because यहाँ पे उसकी डिटेल्स रिलेटिवली कम है NCERTs में. This is how it has been, okay? So we have to understand that जो पूरा एरिया था, and आज की डेट में तो दो ही एरिया जो इनके पास में है, okay? This area and this area. What is the name of these areas? We have Gaza Strip and the West Bank. These two are the areas, but अब ये तो लगभग पूरा ही brought down कर दिया है. This Gaza Strip, yes, there was one crossing known as Rafah crossing, which is linked with Egypt. This one, this has been bombarded. अभी पूरे एरिया के पीछे पड़ गए हैं. So naturally, another problem is Korean War. So okay, so Korea was temporarily divided into North Korea and South Korea. The North Korea eventually wanted कि नहीं, we are one nation, so they started an attack on South Korea. The North Korea was communist. It was having the support of China as well as USSR, while the South Korea, it was capitalist having the support of your UK as well as USA. The UN Security Council condemned the invasion. USSR was absent. उस दिन absent थे, पता नहीं क्या काम आ गया था जल्दी से, ठीक है. 16 members sent troops and US General MacArthur he led the UN forces. In 1950, USSR rejoined Security Council. Tension increased. Authorized force if Security Council failed to act, and eventually by 1953 armistice was signed. और आज तक ये दोनों divided ही हैं. Suez Canal crisis, again one of the most famous crisis. The crisis was because of the nationalization of Suez Canal by Nasser. France as well as Britain were having stake in this canal, and Nasser said कि भाई अब आपका खत्म हो रहा है कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, अब आप वापस चले जाओ, ठीक है. 1956 में they said no, हमें तो रिन्यू करना है, हम ऐसे होना चले जाएंगे. But eventually he nationalized. Israel also helped both France as well as Britain in this war eventually. However, there was a backlash from both USA as well as USSR. उन्होंने कहा कि हमसे बिना पूछे तुम लोग ये काम कर कैसे रहे हो. Okay, so that's why resolution condemning the invasion were vetoed by Britain and France. However, General Assembly called by US condemned the invasion, and under international pressure ये सब वापस आना पड़ा इनको, ठीक है. So force Israel, Britain and France to withdraw, and they, in fact this was a big loss for Britain. सारी इज्जत खत्म हो गई. Why? Because it could now no longer take any of the independent step in the foreign policy. क्यों? एक बार यूएसए ने बोला चुप तो चुप, आराम से बैठो, है ना, साइड में. So that's how from now onwards they became. One more crisis which happened during this time was Hungarian crisis. Naturally, the communist regime, they were ruthless in their approach, and when the revolt started, it was completely crushed by the communists. This went all the way up to UN Security Council. However, as all of us know, Security Council में जब भी क्या होता है, USSR क्या करता है, vetoed the resolution. So no, nothing of meaningful could materialize. Same thing happened in Czechoslovakia also in 1968. आज से 12 साल बाद, again nothing materialized. This Cold War continued. Okay, Cold War had certain phases. Like in 1953, there was a phase of thaw. कि भाई ठीक है, दोस्ती थोड़ा सा कम कर लेते हैं. Then a phase started which is known as detent. It starts from 1962 after the Cuban Missile Crisis. And धीरे धीरे करके लोगों को समझ में आ गया that if we are going to fight, it's going to become mutually assured destruction. पागल थोड़े ना हम लोग, but कर तो वही रहे हैं. Mad doctrine. This became very famous. And then they started having a bit of relaxation. Strategic arms limitation talks were signed. Trade and cooperation increase की गई. Then we see a change in power in USSR in 1985 elections. Gorbachev came to power, and Gorbachev said we are going to reform the structure of USSR. Perestroika, economic restructuring and political restructuring, and glasnost, openness. ये दोनों लाने की कोशिश की. It did not work out, and eventually it led to dissolution of USSR. The moment USSR declined, it also led to the end of Cold War. So our syllabus is still here. Okay. जो भी रिफॉर्म्स किए गए थे, weakened the Communist Party, rise of nationalism, Soviet republics, and from 1989 onwards, free election in Poland, fall of Berlin Wall on 9th of November, 1990s, rise of movements in Eastern Europe, and then by 1991, okay, we see the decline of Soviet Republic, and later on, Boris Yeltsin, he became the leader of Russia. So under him, eventually, and Gorbachev, he resigned from the presidency of USSR. अब organization ही खत्म होगी, president बन के फायदा क्या? Alright, so advocated for faster reforms, and they became the first elected leader of Russia after the Soviet collapse. So this is how the Cold War ended, and USA, it became the leader of the masses. So if we see world history, तो वर्ल्ड हिस्ट्री में देखो स्टेजेस हैं, हर किसी को बाद में डिटेल में अच्छे से करेंगे एक करके, स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम एनलाइटनमेंट, सोशलिज्म, फ्रेंच रेवोल्यूशन, अमेरिकन रेवोल्यूशन, सिविल वॉर, ब्रिटिश डेमोक्रेटिक पॉलिटिक्स यहाँ पे हमने थोड़ा कम कवर किया, बट चार्टिस्ट मूवमेंट को हमने रेफर किया था, नेपोलियन, 1830, 1848 रेवोल्यूशन, यूनिफिकेशन ऑफ इटली, जर्मनी, फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर, वर्सेल्स, नाजीज, फासिस्ट, सेकेंड वर्ल्ड वॉर, देन वी हैव द कोल्ड वॉर एंड इवेंचुअली द राइज ऑफ यूएसए. Similarly, we have two more themes like imperialism and colonialism, जहाँ पे हमें थोड़े 2-4 टॉपिक और पढ़ने पड़ते हैं. ऑस्ट्रेलिया जो NCERTs वगैरह में नहीं है, ऑस्ट्रेलिया we have to study Vietnam also, Malaysia also, so many topics, in fact even Indonesia, so many topics are there which we are going to cover later on. But with respect to NCERTs, अब खत्म हो गया, बहुत टाइम हो गया NCERTs पढ़ाते पढ़ाते, I am also fed up now. है ना, बहुत दिन हो गए. नाउ विल स्टार्ट फ्रॉम मंडे, विल स्टार्ट आवर धर्मा, विल स्टार्ट विद एंशिएंट इंडिया. हमें आंसर राइटिंग की क्लास करनी थी, बट आपका इस संडे को मैप का टेस्ट है. दैट्स व्हाई आई एम गिविंग यू टुमारो एज एन एक्स्ट्रा डे. नेक्स्ट वीक हम आंसर राइटिंग फ्राइडे को कर लेंगे, ठीक है. अभी के लिए आप क्या करो, मैप का अपना रिवाइज कर लो, द क्लासेस दैट यू हैव डन. पीटी का पेपर भी खोल के देखना. यू विल आल्सो फील गुड फैक्टर आया कि हाँ एक दो क्वेश्चन तो हमारे मैपिंग से ही सॉल्व हो गए. जैसे वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज साइट वहीं से था डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन, या आपका जो चंद्र केतुगढ़ वगैरह वाला आया था वो यहाँ से था. तो मैप को रिवाइज करो. संडे को प्लीज टेस्ट लिखो अपना, ठीक है. संडे को टेस्ट लिखो. मंडे से मिलते हैं. विल स्टार्ट विद द मेन क्लासेस. आपकी एंशिएंट इंडिया से स्टार्ट करेंगे, दोबारा से शुरुआत से धीरे धीरे करके चलेंगे. मैप को आप लोग रिवाइज करना स्टार्ट कर दो. ऑल द ऑनलाइन स्टूडेंट्स ऑल्सो आप रिवाइज करना स्टार्ट करो. द मोमेंट यू आर एबल टू कंक्रीटाइज इट फ्रॉम द नेक्स्ट वीक ऑनवर्ड्स, बहुत कॉन्फिडेंस आएगा. अब एटलीस्ट जब आगे पढ़ोगे तो ये तो पता होगा ना हाँ कहाँ से स्टोरी किधर जाती है. दिस इज द रिक्वायरमेंट टू रीड एनसीईआरटीज. और जो हमने अच्छे से कर ली है, हमने एंशिएंट भी कर लिया, मिडिएवल, मॉडर्न, और अब हमारा वर्ल्ड भी फिनिश हो गया है. नाउ फ्रॉम नेक्स्ट वीक ऑनवर्ड लेट अस स्टार्ट विद एंशिएंट इंडिया. एंड उसके बाद अपना वीकली क्या लगभग फोर्टनाइटली आपके टेस्ट भी होंगे. तो नाउ प्लीज बिकम वेरी सीरियस अबाउट स्टडीज. नोट्स भी दिए जाएंगे. रेफरेंस बुक्स में अगर आपको कुछ स्पेसिफिक चैप्टर्स पढ़ने हैं तो यू कैन डू दैट ऑल्सो. आई विल गिव यू स्पेसिफिक एरियाज. अगर पढ़ने का मन करे तो नोट्स आर ऑलरेडी मेड. नोट्स बनाने की जरूरत नहीं है. बस कभी कभार क्या होता है ना, रीडिंग करके और एक लेवल की क्लैरिटी डेवलप हो जाती है. दैट इज वन थिंग विच यू कैन डू. सो विल मीट ऑन मंडे, ठीक है. एंड फ्रॉम मंडे ऑनवर्ड्स फोकस ऑन दिस एरियाज विच आर टॉट इन द क्लास, बिकॉज अब थोड़ा सा तेज चलेगा सिलेबस. अभी तो क्या था, चलो ठीक है, यू आर लाइक हाँ ठीक है, रिलैक्सिंग है, एनसीईआरटी है हम सब लोगों के लिए. बट फ्रॉम नाउ ऑनवर्ड्स प्लीज बी वेरी स्पेसिफिक. Will be given some booklets of PYQ questions which you have to carry with yourself, or those of you studying from your home हमेशा साथ में रखनी है, because we'll solve questions in the class every day.
Hi, a very good evening to all of you. I'm Vikas Elawat. I'm a former civil servant. I was able to crack UPSC twice. In fact, in 2018, I was able to get highest marks in history optional, and they were around 324. So this year I'm coming up with a series which I am calling Self Study History Optional. इस series में 100 से ज़्यादा वीडियो होने वाले हैं which are going to cover the different nuances of ancient, medieval, modern as well as world history. So those of you who are preparing for 2025, register करिए and try to get the maximum out of this specific initiative of ours. So at Prep Career IAS we are producing results from last many years. 2023 में बहुत सारे टॉपर्स हमारे इंस्टीट्यूट से थे. 2022, 21 हर साल बहुत अच्छे टॉपर्स यहाँ से निकले हैं. एंड दे हैव बीन एबल टू गेट वेरी गुड मार्क्स इन हिस्ट्री ऑप्शनल. सो दोज ऑफ यू आर थिंकिंग कि यार स्टार्ट करके कितना कर पाएंगे कितना नहीं कर पाएंगे, वी ऑलरेडी हैव अचीवमेंट्स विद अस. आई वॉज एबल टू अचीव, माई स्टूडेंट्स आर अचीविंग, एंड यू कैन बी द नेक्स्ट. इन सेशंस में क्या होने वाला है, नंबर 1 विल बी फोकसिंग ऑन फाउंडेशन ऑफ बेसिक कंसेप्ट्स स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम व्हाट इज हिस्ट्री, व्हाट इज हिस्टोरिकल पीरियड, व्हाट इज प्रोटो हिस्ट्री, व्हाट इज प्री हिस्ट्री, बेसिक लेवल. ओके. सेकंड, अलाइनमेंट विद यूपीएससी सिलेबस. जितना भी हिस्ट्री ऑप्शनल का सिलेबस है वो 51 पार्ट्स में डिवाइडेड है. सो वी आर गोइंग टू अलाइन ईच एंड एवरी कंसेप्ट विद द सिलेबस इटसेल्फ. नंबर 3 वी आर गोइंग टू फोकस ऑन आंसर राइटिंग. ऑल ऑफ यू नो कि जो मेंस है वो ऑब्जेक्टिव नहीं होता है, वो सब्जेक्टिव लेवल पे होता है, और आप सब लोगों को आंसर राइटिंग सीखना शुरू करना पड़ेगा, है ना. वी डू नॉट हैव टू मच ऑफ टाइम, तो स्टार्टिंग से ही आंसर राइटिंग शुरू करेंगे. एंड नंबर 4 द ओवरऑल पैकेज इज़ वेरी हॉलिस्टिक इन नेचर. तो अगर आप इसको अच्छे से कर लेते हैं तो जो बेसिक लेवल फाउंडेशन हिस्ट्री ऑप्शनल की वो कंप्लीट हो जाएगी. यू आर गोइंग टू गेट मैनी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स अलॉन्ग विद दिस. ओके. 100+ सेशन है, चारों पार्ट कवर होंगे. थीम वाइज सेग्रीगेटेड डायग्राम, फ्लो चार्ट, जितने भी इंपॉर्टेंट एनसीईआरटीज हैं. देखो अगर हम सारी एनसीईआरटीज को कंबाइन कर दें, एंशिएंट, मिडिएवल, मॉडर्न वर्ल्ड ऑफ वेरियस बोर्ड्स ऑफ इंडिया, तो 25 से 26 एनसीईआरटी निकल के आती हैं. उन सबको हमने कोहेरेंट फॉर्म में डिज़ाइन किया है सो दैट यू कैन लर्न द बेस्ट फ्रॉम दैट. ओके. बिकॉज देखो हिस्ट्री में रिसर्चेज चलती रहती हैं. अभी तमिलनाडु की जो एनसीईआरटीज हैं दे आर मोर इंपॉर्टेंट इन कंपेरिजन टू द रीसेंट हिस्ट्री देन द प्रीवियस हिस्ट्री जो कि RS शर्मा वगैरह, सतीश चंद्रा या फिर बिपिन चंद्रा ने लिखी है. दैट्स वाई वी आर कवरिंग ऑल द एनसीईआरटीज एंड दैट्स वाई 100+ सेशंस हो जा रहे हैं टोटल मिला के. देन 30+ वैल्यू एडेड आपको डॉक्यूमेंट मिलने वाले हैं. डेडिकेटेड आंसर राइटिंग सेशन मिलेंगे. जूम सेशंस भी करेंगे बाद में ताकि आप लोगों की जितने भी डाउट्स हों विद रिस्पेक्ट टू लर्निंग दे कुड बी सॉल्व्ड. ओवरऑल जो है आपको क्लास की PPTs मिलेंगी, कंसेप्ट लिस्ट मिलेगा, PYQs, जितने भी PYQs हैं उनको अच्छे से हमने डिज़ाइन कर दिया ताकि आप सब उनको अच्छे से पढ़ सकें, माइंड मैप मिलेंगे पूरे सिलेबस के, वर्कबुक और लर्निंग असाइनमेंट्स मिलेंगे एंड सेल्फ असेसमेंट टेस्ट, सो दैट वंस यू लर्न समथिंग तो साथ में उसको एटलीस्ट इवेल्युएट भी करना चाहिए ना कि भाई हमें कुछ समझ में आया भी है नहीं आया, एटलीस्ट जितना रिक्वायर्ड है वहाँ तक पहुँचे हैं या फिर नहीं पहुँचे हैं। तो आपको करना क्या है, वट वी नीड टू डू दैट, सबसे पहले आप रजिस्टर कर लीजिए, ठीक है, आपको एक स्पेसिफिक गूगल शीट मिलेगा उसमें आप रजिस्टर कर लीजिए। देन एज ऑल ऑफ अस अंडरस्टैंड हर किसी के पास लिमिटेड स्लॉट्स हैं, तो आपको एक स्पेसिफिक कॉल आएगा एंड दैट इज समथिंग विच वी आर कॉलिंग एट स्क्रीनिंग प्रोसेस, बिकॉज अगर हमें आपको ये सारी सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड करनी है, द नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स विच वी कैन हेल्प दे आर ऑलवेज लिमिटेड इन नेचर। सो अकेडमिक काउंसलर इज गोइंग टू कॉल यू, दे गोइंग टू हेल्प यू और दे गोइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड आपकी रिक्वायरमेंट क्या है। हो सकता है आप कॉलेज के फर्स्ट ईयर में हो, सेकंड ईयर में, थर्ड ईयर में हो, और यू मे हैव ऑलरेडी प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर सम टाइम एंड यू आर नॉट गेटिंग द डिजायर्ड रिजल्ट, तो इसलिए हमें स्क्रीनिंग प्रोसेस चाहिए होगा। एंड फाइनली ऑन द basis of this you're going to get the benefit of this program.